Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel for another cube draft. This is number 5 in the series from subscriber Femi, who wanted me to cube till I trophied. I did that, then he sent me back in, then I did it again, and we're back for round number 3. I will once again cube until I trophy. This pack has Time Twister and Mana Vault in it that I'm seriously considering. Mana Vault is mostly one-shot busted mana engine. There's stuff like Tezzeret and Displacer Kitten that makes it a little better than that. Time Twister, I have in the past passed Time Twister in draft and then mentioned during the league that it sucks when your deck doesn't have power, but your opponents do. And people in the comments are like, but you passed Time Twister. It's like, well, Time Twister isn't power in the same way that like a Mox is. It doesn't go in every deck. It doesn't work in every deck. However, the Draw 7 deck is pretty sweet, and getting it pack 1, pick 1, you can draft around it. And I'm going to make a move in that general direction. This pack has 2 cards I'm considering. It's Talisman of Dominance or Lurrus. Lurrus can grind if you end up falling into a fair plan. Value over replacement on Lurrus is very high because there's nothing else in the cube quite like a Lurrus. Talisman of Dominance is an on-color artifact acceleration source, and not only is it the blue, but it's the black, which is a color that I would very much like to pair with my Time Twister. I would not fault anyone for taking Lurrus here, but I think I am going to take the Talisman and just kind of stake a claim on this artifact mana lane right now. Not that artifact mana is like an archetype that you can cut. People are still going to take whatever artifact mana they can get, but I do want to take this. Fury is very good at helping you not die in the early game. Talisman of Conviction is another artifact mana source, but it is 2 colors that are largely irrelevant to me, at least at this point. And in where the archetype's headed, like maybe red is good too if I get a Wheel of Fortune, or if I end up in a storm. But I don't see white really dovetailing with what I'm trying to do here at all. I'm looking at Mystic Confluence, Damnation, Urtai are my serious considerations here. Damnation frequently ends up in my sideboard. Mystic Confluence is a banger. Urtai is also a banger, but I'm going big Confluence here. Inquisition of Kozilek checks the disruption box that I like out of my decks. Tezzeret the Seeker could be a big payoff in the type of archetype I'm trying to build here. Tezzeret frequently wheels though, but there is a Mana Vault floating ahead of Tezzeret in the packs. Whoever took Mana Vault might want this Tezzeret. Inquisition is one of the weaker of the discard spells. I would rather have, obviously Thoughtseize the best one, then I'd rather have Duress, and I still like Inquisition better than the Steel and Oil thing, whatever that's actually called. Phyrexian Revoker is good too, but I think I want this Inquisition. There's Bolas's Citadel and Doomsday. Getting Doomsday this early could be the kind of spice we draft around. Thassa's Oracle is in the cube, and most decks aren't interested in it. It's like Breach and Doomsday are the only ones that want that, really. But I don't know, actually, how to Doomsday if we don't get Thassa's Oracle. Jace, Wielder of Mystery, is also in the cube. But I am not proficient enough in making Doomsday work outside of that to be happy with it. So I have a dual land in the expected colors, or one of the best Tinker payoffs. I'm grabbing Bolas's Citadel for here. Reign of Filth, Restless Vents, Currency Converter, Emery. Reign of Filth is a storm card. Like, actual factual, I'm going to win this game right now, or I'm never going to win it. All in kind of storm play. Sack your land and make a black. Currency Converter is just a generically solid artifact with some card selection and some other stuff attached to it. Restless Vents is a dual land that if I end up Grixis, I'm going to be happy I took. I think I want the Vents. Memory Jar is another draw 7. Beseech the Mirror is one of the nut setups if we get anything worth setting up. So it's Jar or Beseech here for me. And Jar is not a true twister in the ways of like a Narset or Hull Breacher beating, because they do get their hand back at the end of the turn. I'm going to take Beseech. A Grixis Talisman, a removal spell that's also a late game big mana payoff. I think I want the removal spell, which might seem strange, but I actually drafted this card earlier in another draft in this cube, and the 7 mana mode of it, where you just eventually start putting all the creatures back into play, is actually pretty messed up. I will take that. Hangerback Walker, Synthesizer, Goldspan Dragon are my choices here. Hangerback Walker is just a artifact that fills my curve. I am not close to juking onto a Goldspan Dragon. Walker, get in. Grave Titan is the kind of big O that if I end up drafting a Dark Ritual, I'll be very happy I have access to. Damnation for the sideboard, or sort of the meek on spec that it will be useful, and I'll get the Thopter Foundry. I'm going to take the sword, actually. Take Grim Lavamancer here, put it in my spec pile. Alright, I'll put Doomsday in my spec pile as well. Reign of Filth, you're in. No one's fighting me for combo stuff here, that's for sure. And Sakura Tribe Scout. This is the saddest downgrade for me in the cube. This used to be Draga Tree Speaker. This is the card they replaced it with. Draga Tree Speaker is a Soul Ring, and we just last picked this card. Disappointing. I understand it enables different archetypes, and maybe more Soul Rings in the cube isn't necessarily good. And I'm never afraid to try new stuff, but I do think this sucks. Mox Sapphire, I am likely to take that. Gorger, no. Not close to supporting Solitude at this time. There's the Dreams of Steel and Oil. That's a discard spell. Ballista is an artifact, but none of these are close to Mox Sapphire. We've got Force of Negation, Thassa's Oracle. I think Thassa's Oracle will wheel, and I'm actually just going to slam the Sheoldred, because I first picked this Time Twister with eyes towards doing draw 7 stuff. I actually think the pick is Force of Negation, if you're just trying to win the draft the most. I think the Oracle will wheel. The Doomsday did, and nobody's going to want that thing. And it's pretty early in the pack, so there's lots of playables above it. Watery Grave, Tendrils, Everflowing Chalice. I think Tendrils will wheel too. Nobody has seemed interested in this. I'm not even interested in Tendrils right now. I need more to go right before I'm interested in that. I'll just take the dual end. X-Mage, Rankle, Concealing Curtains, Saheeli. I've ended up with Saheeli, and I feel like all of the drafts I've done, maybe I'm overvaluing her, or she just fits in decks I like. If I'm just slinging spells and doing stuff, she's a thing that sits in play and generates value when I'm doing that. Concealing Curtains is a 0/4 blocker that becomes a discard spell. I actually do like this card quite a bit, but I don't like it more than Saheeli. Frantic Search, Collective Brutality, Wormcoil Engine, Aetherflux Reservoir, Batter Skull. I think I want Brutality. It's removal spell / duress. I don't currently have any reanimates, but I could get some, and I do have Grave Titan and Sheoldred that are worth bringing in and out of play. The Batter Skull would almost certainly make my deck. I feel like Wormcoil is just a Batter Skull that costs 1 more mana, so I would take Batter Skull over Wormcoil if that's where I was going to be. And I'm not really storming. I have this little maybe pile over here, but if the Tendrils wheels, the Reservoir might as well. Uh-oh, you know me, BSC. I don't think I'm taking that card here. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Mana fixing, because I do have a fetchable blue source with Troll. Another Grixis Duel, which I don't currently need. I didn't move in that direction, and Subtlety is just nice interaction. Seal of Removal, also kind of interaction, but I didn't take the Lurrus. If I had Lurrus, this would be a lot more appealing. I'm thinking Troll or Subtlety here. And I think if a pick is close and one keeps you alive and one kills your opponent faster, I want the one that keeps me alive, actually. There's Jace. Okay. Now that Oracle, if I catch that on the wheel, sucks to pass a blue-black duel here. But this Doomsday pile is starting to become a thing. Hedron Crab, Turnabout, Shallow Grave. There's one of the weaker reanimate spells, but it is a reanimate spell. Turnabout's kind of a storm spell, but I'm not really... I mean, High Tide's in the pack, but I don't think I'm going to take it or get it. I'll put Shallow Grave in the maybe pile. Gorger, Ballista, Dreams of Steel and Oil. I think I want Gorger among these. It's just a cheap black creature. And I caught my Oracle on the wheel. Got this Dig Through Time back too, but I think I'm kind of honor bound to try to make this Doomsday work now that I have the whole package. I would like a Dark Ritual, or even better, Black Lotus out of pack 3. I mean, Black Lotus is asking a lot, but Ritual I think I'm into. Reign of Filth doesn't count. I'm officially moving the Doomsdays into the pile. Doomsday Oracle, Jace Wielder. That is a lot of the right stuff here. Shallowgrave and Sword of the Meek still over here on spec. Got the Tendrils as well. I'm not going to be Storming and Doomsdaying. I'll just take the Everflowing Chalice. Got the Concealed Curtains back. And one of the superpowers you want to unlock in Cube is the ability to see what's going to come back around. And then it's basically like you get 2 real picks out of every pack. Ended up with the Batterskull and the Blightsteel anyway. Mox Ruby, there's my Thopter Foundry, there's my Dark Ritual, oof. Okay. I think Thopter Foundry will wheel, because I have the Sword of the Meek, and who would want this other than me? The question is, would I rather have Dark Ritual or Mox Ruby in this deck? The trick is I can't even try to catch Ritual on the wheel because I like the Thopter Foundry. And the Ritual does cast the Doomsday. The Mox Ruby is a more stable source of mana, obviously. But it doesn't actually cast my stuff. And it accelerates Talisman of Dominances, flips up. Like, it does accelerate spells that I would cast in the game. It's also a bargainable permanent for Beseech the Mirror. Okay, maybe I'm just off Thopter Foundry and hope to wheel this Dark Ritual, and I'm going to take the Mox Ruby here. Snapcaster, Bloodstained Mire, Turok, Fairy Mastermind. I think I'm on Bloodstained Mire here. I've said much so far. Yeah, that whole last pick came down to fixing my black mana to support Doomsday, because you need black, 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 and blue, blue, or even blue, blue, blue to do a successful Doomsday pile, and I don't have a Black Lotus to make it easy. I think the disciplined play here is the land. Dark Confidant, Gitaxian Probe, Gush. Ooh, Gush in a Doomsday pile is actually just game shifting. Gitaxian Probe also really good in a Doomsday pile, and just in the deck in general. That's really tough. So Probe, very good with the Healy. Alright, I've wheeled every other part of the Doomsday pile. I'm going to take Probe right now. Brazen Borrower is generic interaction for stuff. There's a wheel. And I do have the Shieldred and Twister. I do have Mox Ruby and Restless Vents. Alright, Wheel of Fortune. You're in. You're in the maybe pile, but you're in. Thought Scour, excellent in a Doomsday pile. Shelldock Isle, excellent in a Doomsday pile. Mox Opal, excellent with the artifact mana investment I've made so far. I guess it's just fine. I don't actually have that many. I have 3, 4. Yeah, that's not enough. Not over Thought Scour and Shelldock Isle, that's for sure. I think I want the Scour. Shelldock Isle's so sick, though. No, I'm taking Shelldock Isle. Doomsday turns it on automatically. Ooh, there's an Ulamog. That doesn't win the game as fast as Emrakul, though. Emrakul in the pile with Shelldock Isle is generally good enough. Fallen Shinobi. Do I have anything to enable this? Are there creatures in the deck at all? Barely. I don't think Flash is going to get there. Yeah, I'll take the Shinobi. Might not make the deck, but I have it. Dak Faden, Massacre Girl, Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond does not... Oh, if I make a pile of Gitaxian Probe, Lion's Eye Diamond, I can probe in respawn, float mana, draw the Oracle. That doesn't seem good enough. I'll take Dak. If I have this Wheel of Fortune and I'm trying to make that happen anyway, that's pretty good. Another red supporting duel. I see the Ledger Shredder. I see the Manamorphose. I'm taking the duel that supports my splash. Caught Dark Ritual and Thopter Foundry on the wheel. I'm going combo here. Sorry, Sword of the Meek, you're out. I kept you on spec, and I was right to do it, but you're still not in the deck. What is this card? You know, discard a card, put a +1 on a creature. I'll just take this Bray's Apprentice. Put it in my sideboard. Vendilion Click actually probably making the deck. Corpse Dance versus Karn. Karn can work through a Doomsday pile, and it's just kind of a standalone thing. Yeah, I'll do that. Ashen Rider. I'll move that to my sideboard. I have a little bit of reanimation stuff. I'll cut an Endurance out of the pool, so nobody can BTFO my Doomsday. I don't usually play against people in the pod. It's cross-pod pairing, but feels good. Moral victory to cut an Endurance when I'm a Doomsday deck. Pretty bummed I didn't get a Narset Hullbreacher or Orcish Bowmaster. out of this, just Shoulder to pay off the draw 7s, but I mean, she is usually good enough to make it happen. Let's build this deck. I didn't get there on the Bolas Citadel or Grave Titan. I'm cutting those. I do like the Virtue. I have very little creature removal. I just hope I'm able to shove wins down my opponent's throats before that matters. I think the Karn and the Hangerback Walker, I'm going to commit to the combo life here. There are 5 lands out of my 30-card deck right now. That's 25 spells. 2 of them are Moxen. So this is kind of 23 spells already if we just straight up count the Moxen as lands. Is there anything I'm not playing that I wish I was? I wish Thopter Foundry and Dark Ritual and Mox Ruby weren't all in the same pack, because I did get my choice of my favorite 2 of the 3 out of that, but we did not get there. It's fine. I'll learn to live with it. Bloodstain Mire fetches basic Mountain. I can play one of those. That supports Dack, Wheel of Fortune. What happens if I add basic lands right now? I don't want 2 mountains, that's for sure. The base deck is black. Shelldock Isles in here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue sources, 9 black sources, 5 red sources. Yeah, wow, this just came together, didn't it? Like a boss. I can use Beseech the Mirror to get either cast Doomsday or get through a Doomsday pile faster. I could actually do both, right? I could Beseech for Doomsday, then put Beseech in the Doomsday pile. Is Reign of Filth better than Mystic Confluence? Probably not. Having 2 Moxen does open up the possibility of the Mox land Time Twister or Wheel of Fortune turn 1 play, where you get to dump 3 resources out, reset your hand, and you force your opponent to mulligan to 7. And they don't necessarily get to keep a hand that they did on purpose. Obviously, that's a nut draw. It requires me to have both of my Moxen and one of my other pieces of power or pseudo power available. What am I doing with Shelldock Isle? I'm probably making a Doomsday pile, if I have time to set it up. A Doomsday pile that contains both Jace and Oracle. Then I put Jace under the Shelldock Isle. And then I use I make a pile that can Oracle, and then if that's disrupted, back up Jace, bang it. Yeah, this seems pretty dope to me. And with my fast mana and Dark Ritual, Bolas Citadel is pretty castable, though. This Fallen Shinobi's a joker. What are you even doing in here? How did you sneak past me? And Shallow Grave. Turn the top creature card of your graveyard to the battlefield. Creature gains haste. This could be part of a redundant Doomsday pile, where if my Oracle gets countered, I can refire it. It does very little besides that. Like, I could refire a Vendilion Click just to check their hand one more time. That doesn't sound very good. Is there something better than Shallow Grave here? I could put Karn Scion in just as a generic grindy object. It's completely castable, not trivial, or like not impossible to turn 1 it, not trivial either, but I have Dark Ritual and multiple Moxen. Oh, this is 41 cards somehow. That cut it. I didn't cut the Shallow Grave. There we go. We're back to 40. Karn also increases my density of things I'm happy to put under a Shelldock Isle. If it's not in my Doomsday pile, if I just draw it naturally throughout the course of the game, I would like powerful spells to cast for free. Yeah, I'm pretty into this. It's not very good on my don't die early measurement, but it's pretty good on my inevitability measurement. So I have multiple card advantage planeswalkers and multiple layers of combo, and then Childred plus Wheels. Yeah, my only interaction is Inquisition, Concealing Curtains, Vendilion Click, and Subtlety. But I have this Virtue. Yeah, I mean, that's less interaction than I would like in my deck, but I do think this deck is pretty exciting. This is what I'm doing. Oh, there's one more thing to think about. I keep teasing you, thinking you're going to see a game, but you're not, ever. Do I want one more land? Because I have 17 just fair and square mana sources with the 2 Moxen and the 15 lands. However, if I want to make sure I'm hitting my first couple land drops as well as deploying Moxen to keep velocity going, I might want one more in here. And if I was going to do that, what's my worst card? In Flesh Gorger is kind of just hanging out here. I've cut all the reanimation things. I can Dark Ritual it out, but that's not even good. Not a good use of Dark Ritual. I could just go +1 Swamp here. 16 lands, so 18 stable mana sources to get me going. An additional black source for the Doomsday and the Besiege, plenty of artifacts to bargain with. I think that's probably better. Okay, now I'm happy with this deck. Combos on top of combos, let's make it happen. Vintage Cube number 5 from Femi. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the play in round 1 with an unkeepable hand, just way too much going on here. Black cards, only 1 land, it's the wrong color. Here we go. So turn 2 Dak Vaden. I'm going to keep and put the Bolas's Citadel back into my deck. Opponent's also on 6. Shelldock, what do we got? Nothing really good under here. I guess I probably want to put the Collective Brutality in there. Not that I want any of those cards later in the game, but Collective Brutality could be a removal spell in the mid-game where Inquisition's probably a brick. Not playing out the Mox Ruby plays into discard, but if they're going to discard me, I don't think they'd go after that. Oh, Wasteland, sure. It's just talking about how I didn't want that anyway. But now I do need a blue source. Easy money. Okay. I'm going to continue sandbagging what I'm capable of. Temple Garden, tapped. Okay. Subtlety. Swamp, Ruby, Dak, target me. Plus target me. Gitaxian Probe Saheeli is a line for next turn. I think I have to discard this land. Yeah, it's probably a land probe. Yeah, kind of a bummer, but we're investing in the future here. All my cards are good, is the problem. Yeah, Dak is kind of a backdoor wheel as far as Narset, Hullbreacher stuff kind of go. And I am in this Time Twister Wheel of Fortune deck and just no Narset, no Hullbreacher. Unfortunately, Dak is going to have to chill. Golgari, Rot Farm, picking up Temple Garden. All right, they're taking their time over there. A Swamp, I'm going to target myself with Dak again. This Swamp doesn't cast the spells that I have. Thassa's Oracle. If I Doomsday, the Oracle goes back into the deck. So I don't mind it being in my graveyard. I could play Saheeli right now and trigger her off Moxam or Sapphire, or I could hold up Hardcast Subtlety. I am going to hold up the Subtlety, and if they don't play anything I can Subtlety, I'll just click them and start bashing. Vendilion Click, also a combo with Narset and Hullbreacher that I didn't get. Here's his Temple Garden back again. Let's get a look at what they've been building up to over there. Dak ya. Or click ya, whatever this is. Target you with your 7-card hand. Sail into the West, Kappa Cannoneer, Thassa's Oracle, Mox Emerald. I actually don't mind them having any of these cards. I'm just going to decline the click trigger. I have perfect information, and I'm not scared of any of the things they have. Plus target me. I can go off next turn. This is a black source for someday. I think I discard Island Concealing Curtains here. Watery Grave tapped. Just getting closer to that Doomsday. If they try to sail into the West, I'm happy to take the draw 7. I could see all 5 colors among the lands that they own. The Thassa's Oracle is pretty suspicious. How are you getting your deck empty over there? Oh, okay. Oh, that helps. Here's Titania. I'm going to Subtlety that. They can still just play it next turn. Did put it on top. Everflowing Chalice, that card sucks. I'm going to plus myself with Dak again. Hello, Big Jace. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can do this. I actually already had triple blue. I could have held Saheeli. Talisman. Jace Wielder. I can make target player mill 2 and I draw a card. How about you mill that thing you just put on top? It'll land. Do I want to play this? Yeah, if your plan is to wheel next turn, I'll play that. Just in case their plan is to wheel. I don't know that it is, but seems possible. Maybe even likely. If I draw the Doomsday, I can win on the spot, because between Dak and Jace, I can draw all but 1 card in my deck, and Gitaxian Probes in the pile. I can get empty. Black, 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 empty, empty. Play Oracle. Yeah, alright, that was sweet. Just played the Grixis control version of the deck. Opponent appears to be some sort of busted wheel deck of their own with Black Lotus. I'm nowhere near supporting this Endurance, which is the interaction I have with Thassa's Oracle. They seem to have way more creatures going on than me. Like, V-Click can enable Fallen Shinobi, that's kind of what I'm thinking about here, but I think my deck is already constructed in the way that I would want it to be for this matchup. At least what I've seen so far. Sheoldred plus Wheel, Sheldock Isle, we know they play Wasteland, still gonna keep. I got Subtlety, which can pitch in an emergency. Maybe hit something like Thassa's Oracle. They've got an Island. What are you working with over there? Tell me about it. Taxing Probe's so stupid. They have a mana leak starting next turn, and then a handful of green cards, and no way to cast them. Do I want the Twister or the Doomsday under the Isle? Probably the Doomsday. If they Wasteland me, whatever, but this is color fixing. Sheldock Isle also ignores... Oh, they're great. Just spike the basic forest right off the top. Well done, opponent. Sheldock Isle ignores timing restrictions. Ooh, do I want to resolve Dak here? I don't want to wheel here, that's for sure. Yeah, what can I actually do here? I X'd out the wrong card. Or no. Yeah, they have one card here that I should know what it is, and I X'd out the wrong one. Whoops. This is the Wayfinder. Okay. One unknown card in their hand, though I do know it, but I already forgot. I'm not just going to wheel here. I could try to set up Sheoldred for a future turn when this deals damage to a player or battle. Surveil 1. Okay, so this does not deal damage to Dak and Surveil 1. So I can get the deck in under the mana leak and then give them questions about where they want to point this thing. Loot myself. Another black source is good. I think I want to lose Talisman and Island. Like, if they try to add to the board to pressure the deck, I shove Sheoldred here. And if they don't do that, then I can just keep gaining value with deck. They are attacking me with the Wayfinder. When it hits me, they surveil 1, then they can return a land from their graveyard to their hand, or into play tapped, right? Into the play tapped, which they don't currently have. They milled over an Oracle. There's the planes we know about. Spelunking. All right, this can put a land into hand. Oh, that's the card that I clicked off by accident. This can put a land into play. Simic Growth Chamber enters untapped. That's so busted. That was their draw for the turn. Or they, yeah, because they surveilled, they didn't loot. They just drew a card that cast Mana Leak this turn. Love that for me. All right, I just got to work through it. All good. Okay, plus myself with Dak. Mystic Confluence. Oh, Inquisition of Kozilek is the nuts. Okay, how do I want to play this? Mystic Confluence, I think, is too far behind at this point. Guess I could discard Fiery Islet, because I'm making my land drop off the swamp here. All right, Confluence and Islet go away. Now I have the option of get them to Mana Leak Saheeli, and then I Inquisition them afterwards, or Inquisition them first so Saheeli resolves. And I actually like this better, because I know they have an annoying creature in their hand. Inquisition you. They've got a Time Spiral and a Plains over there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't quite cast the Time Spiral this turn. And if I play Sheoldred, they never can. Hitting me, getting a Surveil here. Not a land, please. If they hit the land, they can Time Spiral, because lands come in untapped. That is quite a combo. Mox Emerald, not a land. Only in our hearts, but not in our brains. Time Spiral and 1 mystery card. I'm going to play Sheoldred first. Then I'm going to deck myself. I'm going to gain 4 off of this interaction. And I'm going to keep Subtlety Oracle available, I think. Or I could keep Brutality to check them before I wheel them next turn. Yeah, I'm going to discard Oracle and Virtue. Okay, let's see what happens here. Also, if I ultimate Dak, Collective Brutality just steals their Deeproot Wayfinder. And they just scooped it to the Sheoldred. They were also on a wheel plan, and I have the punish for it. I only got 1 of these out of the 3 to 5 I would have liked, but she is a good one. And we're off to round 2. If you're looking to run a CEDH or 1v1 tournament, Eminence Gaming has your back with Command Tower. With Command Tower's intuitive tournament manager dashboard, you can handle decklist submission and player management with just a few clicks. Players just need to scan the event's QR code for access to the full tournament bracket, including seamless pairings and real-time standing updates. Take the guesswork out of tournament organizing. Try Command Tower for your next event. On the play in round number 2, I'm going to keep this hand. Got my tap land on turn 1, where it is best for me. What even are the words on this? This is when it attacks, you can discard and draw, and it's a 2/3 menace. Okay, that could be relevant. Could help me get through a Doomsday pile. Oh, they've got a little action of their own over there. Speaking of getting through a Doomsday pile, I think I'm going to fetch shock here for Watery Grave and Brutality them for discard mode. Literally nothing. Deck full of creatures. Okay. Well, I mean, that's probably good for me if they don't draw Black Lotus right now. Zeotor's Proving Ground. I could just slam the Doomsday right now. I could spend a turn clicking them. What does that do? Nothing important. I am holding the Oracle. Yeah, I'm just going to send it. What did I build this deck for? Let's go. Okay, I want Gitaxian Probe in the pile. I'd like to get a little deeper. And Mox Blue cast Jace next turn. And then what happens after that? I can mill 2, draw a card, have 1 left. To Beseech the Mirror, does this get me done any faster? I don't think so, because the Jace and Oracle are both in my hand already, is the issue there. And Subtlety can protect me for a turn. I have a blue card to pitch. And then if I Time Twister, I have enough cards to maybe go again here. Like, that's an emergency option. And then I'll put an island in the pile in case I get cut off blue. All right, let me think about this. This is kind of insane. But, all right, so if I draw Git Probe next turn for my turn, probe you, draw Mox Sapphire, land Mox, Jace, mills 1, 2, then draws 1. Or I could mill them, draw Subtlety, pass, and then have Oracle and Jace to fire on the following turn. Yeah, I'm cool with this. That means that I want Twister on the bottom with Island above it, Subtlety above that, Sapphire, and then Probe on top. All right, here we go. Don't kill me. I do lose half my life to do that. Hopefully this deck full of dinosaurs just falls apart right now. There's the island. They didn't have a play. That's good. If I probe you, I go to 6. That's fine. We played around that. Fractured Identity. That's slightly concerning. It will be too slow at the time that it matters. Island, Sapphire. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mill you with Jace. And I draw a card. I drew the Subtlety. Build Soul of Windgrace and JVP. Yeah, I can Subtlety a play here, and then I can win twice on my turn. They would need something good right now. Currency Converter is not it. Okay, they look pretty dead to me. I think I lead on Oracle, just in case they have removal for Jace, though I know their hand right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still going to lead on Oracle, just to be careful. Maybe I'm a coward. Maybe I'm smart. This also wins. Sweet. Doomsday win on the record. And if their deck is just full of 3 to 6 drop dinosaurs, my main deck's already great. I do have the Batterskull if I expect surprise aggression out of them. Like if there's a lower half of the deck that I haven't seen yet, which I have to imagine they didn't just draft 4 and 5 drops. I'm going to stay the course with ramming combo down their throat until they show me otherwise. I mean, I am kind of walking into their den here with this handful of 4-drop creatures, but I like what it's doing for the most part. Oh, Gitaxian Probe, show me your secrets. Valakut Exploration, Soul of Windgrace, a bunch of lands. And I found a creature. Curving into that does not matter. Doesn't do anything till turn 3 anyway. And I'm not convinced I want to activate it, given that they have a currency converter in play. Watery Grave tapped, Concealing Courtyards. Or Courtyard, that's a different card. Concealing Curtain. Concealed Courtyard is a land. All right, they're going to loot. Do they want rogues or treasures? Probably treasures. They have a handful of lands here. Yeah, Currency Converter can drop that into a treasure, which can play Soul of Windgrace next turn. Or it could hit Valakut Exploration, then they make their land drop and do the thing. All right, I mean, this is really cool. I mean, I'm the world's biggest Currency Converter stan. This mana doesn't actually cast Soul of Windgrace, though, because it's a Jund card and they have blue-white in play. Okay. Valakut Exploration is in play. Wowee! Look at me ripping the out to whatever they're trying to cast next turn. I'm going to start with the Subtlety, and then I'll follow up with Shoulder It after I spend a turn messing them up. Zagoth Triome, they got a flip off Exploration, Atraxa. Unlikely to be able to use that. That'll end up in the graveyard and I take 1. And they still can't cast their Soul of Windgrace. Yeah, I kind of wasted a turn on that one. Nature's Claim my Mox. Oh no. Activate as a sorcery, okay. Well, I gained 4 life for that. Saheeli's pretty cool. Play my Swamp, pass. They did not bother to currency convert. Maybe playing around Hull Breacher. Okay. They still want to play Draw Go. That's clever. I mean, they're clearly recognize that they're playing around something here. This Mox Sapphire will accelerate me next turn. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna stay chilling here. If they want to play scared, that favors me. This is the thing I've been talking about all season. Okay, well, that one I will interact with. They weren't playing scared. They had an instant. Hardly seems fair. They did put Click on top. Let's say they just fire at main phase. They're getting their Soul of Windgrace in while the getting's good. This card has a lot of words on it. It puts the forest from the graveyard into play, which triggers Valakut Exploration. And I believe they do still have this land drop, which triggers Exploration again, which hit JVP, a castable spell. Yikes. They just busted me real good with that Vendilion Click. Let me see if my Shoulder can beat them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 mana here. That means I can 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. Saheeli. And then I can Mox, trigger Saheeli, play Shoulder It. What are all the words on this? Discard a land, gain 3 life. Discard a land card, draw a card. Discard a land card, gains indestructible, and tap it. Okay. I have triple black. I guess I probably want to make sure that I can activate my creature land in case that matters. Currency Converter and Jace Friend's Prodigy both just got a little more painful. Attack you for 3. And if I draw a wheel, I can just light them up. Oh, Leyline Binding before the draw step. Nasty. Okay, now their engine's just fully online. Activating Jace. Discarding a mountain. They can make a treasure off this, and then the mountain's still in the graveyard for Windgrace to pick up. Attacking Saheeli. I will block with my servo. Their exploration triggered. Found another land. They do still have their land drop, which will further explore. In another land, that one's done, but it is in the graveyard for next turn. That Leyline Binding bums me out. And here's a big dino. All right, I have wasted too much time, and now they're fully firing. What can we do about this? Vendilion Click. This deals combat damage to a player. Reveal that many cards from the top of your library, and you could put a creature or land card from among them onto the battlefield. Yikes, that's a lot of words. This has Menace, right? It does. Okay. Activate my Restless Vents. I don't think this Subtlety is helping me on blocking duty. I'm just going to try to actually kill my opponent somehow. I'm going to discard Swamp to draw a card. Ended up with an island. Okay, play this island, and I think I'd rather click. Discard a land, gain 3 life is one of the words on Soul of Windgrace. This deck might be hard to race. And they're still holding a click of their own. Yeah, I'm just going to White Knuckle Ride and try to get damage over the finish line somehow. I'm at 20, they're at 10. Cycling Oliphant into the currency converter is nutso. Any chance they're out of mountains? Nope. They have at least one more. Currency converter makes a rogue. They played Savannah from hand, flipped Zagoth Triome. Their deck is very cool. Looting with Jace, which will flip it into a Planeswalker. They discarded the mountain that we knew about and did not exile it. Interesting. Okay, they're attacking Saheeli with Windgrace. Flip Territorial Kavu. Alright. Saheeli versus my face. I could make it so they only look at 3 cards, or 2 cards. This is 0-4. I could let Saheeli die. I could chump with Concealing Courtyard. Curtain. Curtain! That is a menace creature, though. I think I just take my beats from everything here, and probably lose to this dinosaur god. It's not actually a dinosaur, it's just a god, but it looks like a dinosaur to me. Saheeli's dead. They get to look at 6 here. Creature or land into play. Oh, cool. Omnath. Neat. Oh, is it Andor? Creature and/or land. Yikes. Omnath plus trigger. Alright. I'm no longer racing this deck. Okay, that hand I kept with the 4-drops, trying to just keep up with their strat. I need to jam combo. Oh, Black Lotus. I was right. That is in the deck. I was wondering how they were doing this. FTK. Can I actually win anymore? I'm not even sure. Do I have any kind of card advantage spell that's helpful here? They plus Jace on my curtains. Use their treasure to play the Territorial Kabu. I'm going to click the click out of their hand in the end step and at least try to spike a card and keep it if it's good. I guess I have Time Twister and Wheel of Fortune in my deck, so I'm never drawing dead completely. Okay, they targeted themselves with V-Click. I targeted you. You have Spar's headquarters. Oh, I need like a massive game changer here. Like that one. Okay, well, let's see if I can make this go anywhere. Time Twister. I do have Doomsday and Thoracle here. And Wheel. They have 12 cards in their deck. That's not quite enough. Can I survive a turn? Unlikely. Look at this heckin' team they've assembled. Yeah, I can play the Doomsday. And I could see Healy play Chalice, Talisman. Those are 2 blockers. This thing has Trample. I just filled them with a fresh 7. If I wheel, they get to currency convert every one of those cards. I think all I can really do here is Saheeli. Wait. Oracle can block. Okay, I'm going to play Saheeli to start. I can get 2 triggers out of this, and then just try to miraculously survive the turn somehow. Everflowing Chalice. Cast with Kicker 1. Talisman of Dominance. Another blocker. Target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control until end of turn. I can make Servo into Talisman of Dominance and cast Oracle. And I'm probably just dead to combat here, or at least what's in their hand, but I have gummed up the board, and if I have even 1 life, if I have 2 or more life going into my turn, things could happen. But all this came together, I think, 1 turn late. Starting by converting currency. If they can get a land into their graveyard where Soul of Windgrace can use it, that is multiple Omnath triggers. One of the Omnath triggers would come during combat, though. Ren and 6, okay. That can kill a Servo or Vendilion Click, that's even worse. Yeah, that's really bad. Let's hope that they care about Saheeli, is what I need to happen here. Like, if they put any amount of attacking on Saheeli, that's good for me. They should just elbow mash at me, I think. That appears to be what's happening. Here they all come. Soul of Windgrace is going to trigger Omnath for the gain. They are exiling my Time Twister from the graveyard with Territorial Kavu rather than looting a card. Valakut Expedition is good for at least 1 damage here. Hit Nature's Claim. All right. I don't think I have blocks that keep me alive here, but I haven't actually done the math. Yeah, it's actually not even close. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, okay. Okay, 1 turn short, and I kept a mopey hand. I will just not do that this time. I still don't think I like Batterskull. I'm trying to smush him. Jund lands, or 5-color lands, I guess, with a Jund core. Very cool deck my opponent has. I've never made something like that work, but they're over there, dancing in circles with it. Bane of Filth might actually be good in exactly that situation we just experienced, where I have to Twister from low resources. I might have been able to win if there was a Rain of Filth in that Twister pile. I don't remember exactly what I came up with, but I remember being a little bit short. I don't think it's good enough to include, but I think what I said is also true. Okay, I will keep this. Just blazing fast mana. This is a turn 2 Karn Scion. Get out of here. Swamp, Ruby, Talisman, Curtains. Oh my goodness, what a turn. Just pass with 4 permanents in play, and that's not even the best thing your hand does. Spar's headquarters tapped. You love to see it. Whoopsie. Here is the first 3/3 that I'm going to parade into the board. Playline Binding. All right, well, good save. You needed that. Still a 2 for 1. Quite happy with that situation. And Saheeli plus Brutality U, which will add a artifact to the board. Missed. Tough beats. Oh, I could have... No, its target artifact becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. Yeah, I can't turn Concealing Curtains into a construct. I can turn Servo into construct for extra damage. There's the Ren and 6. Taiga. Are they just going to ping my servo? Emergency servo ping? Yeah, they are. Spell? Not a spell. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look at this hand again. My revealing eye, we'll see. Escape to the Wilds. That's a 5-drop, and you're on 3 mana right now. I think I take Oko. And I would like Saheeli to get some beats in here. Target artifact becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. Okay. This artifact becomes a copy of this creature. This does walk into Nature's Claim to do it that way. I could have copied the Revealing Eye, but if I do that, I'm down 1 art construct, which I guess doesn't actually matter. Do I care if Ren pluses? Do I care if Ren minuses? I can attack you for 9 right now, actually. Yeah, I'm just swinging for the fences here. And I am going to play my land. I don't mind letting them know I'm basically empty over here because I play Twister, I play card draw. Getting that land out is reasonable to do. Exploration. We know they got a forest to trigger it. Okay, Zagoth Triumph. It's Flame Tongue Kavu. That goes to the graveyard, and you're looking pretty dead to me. 1 to Saheeli, that's fine. If she copies again, she's already done her job. If I draw any spell, the construct's even bigger. Naturally not, but that's okay. Saheeli, this artifact becomes this creature. And just mash for 9. That was exciting. I was not expecting the artifact construct beatdown plan to be on my bingo board, but when you turn to a Karn, that certainly becomes very real. On to the finals. The official BoshNRoll Island Ponder Keep shirt is available exclusively through Coalesce Apparel. This Magic player-owned business is a staple of our community. They keep this channel on the air, and it's my pleasure to partner with them for this product. Coalesce is the best Magic apparel on the market. They have awesome new designs coming out all the time. Use code BoshNRoll to get 10% off your order only at coalesceapparel.shop. I'm on the draw, unfortunately, but holy smokes, here it is. This is what I was talking about. The turn 1 Twister where I have 3 resources in play too. I mean, if they just play like a tap land or something, this is insane value. God, I wish I was on the play. I will keep. Opponent kept 6. Let me just see like a Spar's headquarters and pass the turn. That would be great. A swamp. Don't duress me, don't duress me, don't duress me. Yeah, Cycling Troll of Khazad-dûm. Hope you didn't want that swamp in your hand or troll in your graveyard, because you're not getting those things. Okay, swamp, Mox, twist. Bloop. Round and around we go. That was sweet. And they did functionally draw 2 cards because they mulled and then played a card. So they did go up 2 cards there, but they did not get to keep the cards that they kept in their mulligan or that troll in their graveyard if they were trying to do some scam stuff. They get to take my courtyard. I'm going to call it courtyard 100% of the time, just so everyone knows. This was a great draw. It gives them perfect info, but it lets me start looting on this hand that doesn't actually do anything. They keep playing swamps. Evolve Sleeper. Okay. That's a creature with stats. Dothy Voidwalker. That one's actually super annoying. Or at least has the potential to be annoying. I don't know if it actually is annoying. Mystic Confluence. I could just bounce their squad. Return target creature to its owner's hand. I can choose the same mode more than once. And I can do this while playing Shelldock Isle. Bolus's Citadel under the Isle, that's for sure. And I'm going to pass. I'm going to see if they evolve the Sleeper to push extra damage. There's a Saga, you got it. Please evolve your Sleeper. Please evolve your Sleeper. Yeah, evolve it some more. Evolve it some more. No blocks. Alright, fine. They played around it at least a little bit. Return target creature to its owner's hand, every single one of these, please. Blue. And the Confluence does not go into the void, because that's how that works. Refiring Valky. Okay, they still are worried about this Concealing Curtains more than getting that Voidwalker into play. Oh my goodness. I can win on the spot easily here. Okay. Dark Ritual, Doomsday, less than 20 cards in my deck, Bolus's Citadel for the win. Alright. Easy money. Dark Ritual, Doomsday. It barely even matters how I stack this, or my life total matters. That's the only thing that matters here. So, Gitaxian Probe with Inquisition of Kozilek under it. So I draw the Inquisition, and then I can make a land drop still off the top of my deck. Or I can escalate Brutality. That might be even better. Or it might be the same. Who knows? Yeah, I like escalating Brutality, actually. And then the land on top. Let me just make sure I haven't made one. Dark Ritual Doomsday. Yep. Land on top. And Thassa's Oracle. So I'm at 17. This works. Okay. Probe, draws, Inquisition. I can Inquisition, escalate Brutality, make my land drop, play Thoracle. Done. Oracle, Swamp, Brutality, Inquisition, Probe, Shelldock Isle. I'd like to cast this Bolas Citadel, please. Let me look at your hand. These cards don't help you. Escalating Brutality. Third opponent reveals their hand, and you lose 2 life, and I'll kill a creature. Yeah, let's just do it all. You drain, kill Valky, you reveal, discard 2 cards. Nothing there. Swamp, Thassa's Oracle from empty. Bang! Now we're vintage cubing. That was deeply satisfying. Okay, we appear to be against a disruptive mono-black aggro deck. I think this is the kind of spot where I like Batterskull. I might even like Phyrexian Fleshgorger. That Mystic Confluence was big, saved me a bunch of life, made my Bolas Citadel a lot easier. Virtue of Persistence is great in the matchup. Curtains can block. D-click can check the hand. Uh-oh, I just like my whole hand. Or like my whole deck. Where am I going to put this Batterskull? I could cut Beseech the Mirror, which makes my combos worse. Or slower, less redundant, but I get this big dummy that could buy me a bunch of time to do more stuff. Or I could just focus on comboing and not be a wuss. Let's go! If I draw a land, turn 2 Karn is nuts. I am playing 18 mana sources in the deck. If I miss on the land, I can Dark Ritual, kill a creature, and play a 0/4. I'm actually going to keep this. Might be risky, but I'm here for it. Mishra's Factory. Come on, a land, any land. I could send the Doomsday. What does a Doomsday pile look like from this position, though? That's a Gitaxian Probe, Island, Thassa's Oracle. I think I'm just going to play the Curtains and hope I draw a land next turn for Karn. Maybe that's cowardly, but I'm okay being a coward if I don't lose on the spot. Bloodchief Thirst, okay. Come on, a land, any land. We did it. Shock that in. Dark Ritual, Karn. And I'm actually going to do the card advantage mode, because they have this Mishra's Factory that's bigger than my constructs at the current moment. Island to my hand, which is great, because that's what I actually wanted. Cycling this Troll. I've got a Twister under Karn, they've got a Swamp in their hand. Here's the Swamp. What are we doing? Bitter Triumph. Alright, this kills Karn. Okay. I can place a Healy onto this board. The Time Twister's gone forever, unless I get Karn back somehow. Roaming Throne, yikes. Ward 2 on a 4/4. And they get to name a creature type, and if any humans trigger, they get it twice. I was kind of counting on this Virtue of Persistence to kill their next card. Shelldock Isle, get in there. Dak Inquisition. I mean, it's got to be Dak, right? And then I can try to Mystic Confluence to stabilize next turn. Because Confluence also makes a 1/1, unless they fire up the factory here. And the Virtue thing. Artifact or creature. Miss. They can kill Saheeli here, though, with their land. Here they come. Goodbye, Saheeli. Oh, they're going face. They're completely ignoring Saheeli. Interesting. Terrifying. Fascinating. Well, in that case, I think I'm just going to use this Mystic Confluence to fog and draw 3 cards. Then I'll be 1 short of activating the Isle. And when I activate Isle, I can steal this Roaming Throne. They're still going face. All right, Mystic Confluence. Draw a card 3 times. Hope they don't have Orcish Bowmaster. Servo. Draw 3 cards. Block. And that fetch land actually opens up the Shelldock Isle. Because I'm at 20 cards, or 21. The fetch will make it 20. Then I can Shelldock deck, steal that. Messed up. Do I need the mountain? Wheel of Fortune's in my deck. I have triple black anyway. Not this turn, but next. Yeah, this is fine. Shelldock Isle. Cast Stack Faden. I get a token for that. I would like to gain control of your big idiot. I'll pay the ward, thank you. I get that. Mock Sapphire, trigger. Everflowing Chalice, trigger. I think we're going to trophy this league, unless they do something deeply crazy right now. They got 2 cards in their hand. I'm at 11 life. Overwhelming board position. Oh, they're doing something. Like Grave Titan? What can they do? It's an X spell. Okay, Hangerback Walker. And concede! Alright, trophy on the first try this challenge. Femi, I'm getting too good at this, man. This deck was a delight. I am glad we caught that Doomsday on the wheel in pack 1, and then opened up everything else that's going on here. I'm probably just being super greedy, but I really wish that like this Concealing Curtains and this Everflowing Chalice where Hullbreacher and Narset, or even just one or the other, the wheel strat didn't totally come together, but Sheoldred's still a big O. The wheels are still fine when you're comboing. The Shelldock Isle into Bolas' Citadel was the poggers. I got nothing else to say about this. This was perfection. Femi, thank you for asking me to do this. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and I'll see you next time.